Hello, I'm Deb Calvert. I'm the co-author of the new book, Stop Selling and Start Leading. This is a behavioral blueprint for sellers based on research with buyers. Something interesting came up in our research with buyers. It turns out that buyers would like sellers to ask for feedback more often. They want us to ask them to give us feedback, so that we can know what it is we could be doing differently that would work better for them. This is not something that is unusual when it comes to leadership. Leaders also are more successful when they ask their constituent groups for feedback about how what they do affects the performance of others. Your buyers would like to see you doing this more frequently. Now, that may be something you've never really thought about. In fact, it might be downright uncomfortable to think about asking your buyers for feedback about how you do your work. Here's how you would do it. It would sound something like this. With a buyer that you've known a long time, you might say something like, hey, just want to do a service check. We've been working together now for a couple of years, and I'm curious. I'd like to know from you, what, if anything, would you like to see me doing differently? What could I be doing differently that would make it easier for you to do business with me? And what do you like about the way that we do business together? These are questions that invite responses, open-ended responses, and give your buyer an opportunity to tell you the things they might not otherwise tell you. Things like, I really don't want to receive texts, or it kind of bugs me when you don't return my call for 1 or 2 days. I need a call back right away. You might never know these things that are upsetting to your buyer, even if they're only minimally upsetting. And if you don't know, you can't change them. And pretty soon, someone else might come along who does the thing your buyer wishes you would do. So it's better to ask and know than to not ask and potentially lose a customer over it. A service check requires some humility. It requires, first, an acknowledgement that you're not doing everything right. None of us are, so this is not something that should be surprising. It is an openness, a willingness to be vulnerable enough in that moment to receive that feedback, even if it's critical, from your buyer. And what it tells your buyer is that you really do care enough to make adaptations that will be something beneficial to them. When it's someone you don't know as well, you might ask questions like, what do you prefer in the vendors that you choose? You might ask, right after winning a deal, what is it that made me and us your seller of choice, your vendor of choice? Maybe if you know that it's right down to the wire and you came in a close second, you would ask, I'd like to learn for the future. What could I do differently the next time around that would have made a difference here? And if you're out of the running entirely, hey, you've got nothing to lose, so why not ask the question, what is it that I could have done differently to get in the running with you? Make it about you, not your product, not your company, not your price, but you. Because that's the one thing you have the most power and ability to change. Your buyers know things about you that you'll never ever be able to see about yourself. They're looking outside in, and they can give you a perspective that's unique and important for you to know. So go ahead, just ask. Thank you for watching this video from People First Productivity Solutions. I'm Deb Calvert, and I really appreciate it when you give us a thumbs up or a share or comment on these videos. While you're here, go ahead and subscribe. We don't want you to miss out on any of the new content or tools.